It's safe to say that Ferrari has been the biggest letdown in 2025. Despite the car's shortcomings, Charles Leclerc is having an exceptional season, pushing it to its limits. Meanwhile, Lewis Hamilton, in his first year with Ferrari, lags behind Charles. Not as an excuse, but perhaps there's some justification in needing time to adjust. We're eager to see if he'll catch up in 2026, but the main focus is on the SF25 car. The drivers aren't at fault for the team's struggles. The issue lies with the car's lackluster performance, particularly at the rear. Ferrari overhauled 99% of the SF24 to create the SF25, which hasn't really paid off. However, there's been buzz for about a month regarding a potential upgrade that might be a turning point for Ferrari. So let's dive into the SF25 and explore whether it will soon undergo changes and become the pivotal upgrade Ferrari needs. The much anticipated upgrade I've been discussing, particularly for those who closely follow Ferrari, involves a significant change to the rear suspension. There's been a lot of buzz around the paddock about Ferrari's plan to introduce this crucial update within the next 3 races. Initially, Silverstone was their intended launch point, but now there are rumours it might debut earlier, especially in Canada or Austria. My guess leans more towards Austria than Canada. This development is pivotal as it aims to unlock what Ferrari describes as the untapped potential of the SF25. This term has been quite overused and somewhat exasperating since Ferrari often speaks about potential rather than actual performance on the track. The upgrade seeks to resolve some persistent handling issues that have hindered the vehicle since the beginning, preventing its so-called potential from being realised during races. Unlike their top competitors, Mercedes, Red Bull and McLaren, Ferrari remains the only team utilising a pull rod setup at the rear of their car. They attempted a front suspension change, switching from a push rod to a pull rod system with hopes of transforming the car's performance, but the real struggle is with the rear setup. They've been consistently reducing the size of the car's rear section, focusing on the gearbox and internal parts to enhance the vehicle's movement and design a superior diffuser aimed at improving efficiency and aerodynamics. This new enhancement could potentially close the gap with McLaren, since their race speed is comparable, but they face significant challenges during qualifying. Based on the average performance from the last Grand Prix, Ferrari, McLaren, Red Bull and Mercedes come out on top. It's important to note that I only considered Max's average for Red Bull, as including both drivers wouldn't provide a fair comparison with the top 4 teams. If Yuki's results were included, Red Bull's performance would be closer to or even worse than Ferrari's average qualifying position. In terms of qualifying, they are the 4th fastest team, both in the last race and throughout the season, highlighting a clear area for improvement. The car's shortcomings, particularly its unstable rear end during corner entry, are a source of frustration for drivers like Lewis and Charles. It struggles with understeer, but when trying to get the tyres up to temperature, it tends to oversteer as well, making for an unpredictable and challenging handling experience. The car lacks a snappy steering response, a feature that both Lewis and Charles highly value. This shortcoming causes significant delays in slower sections. However, when it comes to high-speed sections, they excel, showcasing their aerodynamics to great effect. Monaco is a unique case, as teams approach it with a tailored setup focused on maximising downforce without compromise. Both Leclerc and Lewis have consistently performed well on the challenging Monaco circuit. We've discussed their setup at length. It's incredibly sensitive. Minor tweaks in balance or changes in track conditions can lead to major performance variations, crucial in both qualifying and races. They also need to elevate the car's ride height to protect the floor, a challenge evident in China where both were disqualified due to this issue. In Spain, rumours suggest that Charles Leclerc had to ease off the gas towards the end of his stint to avoid excessive wear on the car's plank. This cautious approach might explain why he dropped back, even though he managed to finish on the podium. Lowering the ride height can lead to a loss of downforce, rotation and overall balance due to the car's rear suspension squatting too much, which can cause increased contact with the track surface, hurting performance. The team has been struggling to get the tyres into their optimal performance range, which has affected their qualifying positions. If they consistently started from 3rd or 4th place, they could potentially compete with McLaren during the races. They've shown impressive speed, and the race in Jeddah highlighted their potential when everything falls into place. when Leclerc has cleaner air in front of him, it really lets him unleash the car's potential. Lewis mentioned that his car felt the worst it's ever been during the race in Spain, partly due to some floor damage, which allowed Nico to catch up with him. On top of that, Lewis was on older tyres compared to his rivals. Still, he's been having a tough time with the car, which is surprising for someone who's a 7-time world champion. If the proposed upgrades can steady the car's performance, it could mean a real showdown with McLaren, especially with someone like Leclerc driving. I've discussed before how Lewis's driving style isn't meshing well with the Ferrari, similar to the issues he faced with Mercedes. This era of racing doesn't suit his preference for aggressive braking, which he uses to gain precious time. In contrast, Max Verstappen has a completely different approach, braking early but maintaining good speed through corners. Lewis had more success with previous cars because they had a more suitable ride height for his technique. Driving over curbs was a lot simpler in the older Formula One cars, and they offered better braking capabilities too. Lewis Hamilton has faced challenges transitioning from Mercedes to Ferrari, making this one of his tougher seasons. However, it's not as disastrous as it seems because overall he's still performing reasonably well. Let's not forget he's competing against Charles Leclerc, who has extensive experience with the team. A more accurate assessment of Hamilton's performance should be made at the end of the season. If he doesn't start strong in 2026, then it might be time to question if he's really lost his touch. His candid reactions on Sky Sports or the F1 channel are understandable given the frustration of being in a car that underperforms while his teammate consistently outpaces him. That's about everything I wanted to discuss today. The main focus is the rear suspension upgrade. It's crucial for the team to unlock the full potential of the car. We'll dive deeper into the details once it's installed on the vehicle. This upgrade has the potential to be a significant shift for them. While it's uncertain, it definitely has the possibility to make a big impact. Thank you for watching. If you liked the video, subscribe to the channel and leave a comment below. See you in the next video.